On the broad stage of our lives, we have all experienced that occasion when the curtain seems to fall and the final scene fades into darkness is the moment when our hopes seem to collapse, our fantasies shatter into 1,000 fragments, and the universe plunges into a deafening silence as if all existence were to stop. However, allow me to share an insightful reflection by Albert. When everything seems to have come to an end, remember that this is only the beginning. Welcome to another video from the Stoic channel. Rejection, that arduous path we all have trodden at some point, is an experience that quickens our heartbeats, turns our gaze downward, and colors our countenances with blush. It can be an emotional whirlwind, like that day when Maria, with her heart in her hands, confessed her feelings to Juan, only to receive an unexpected response. "I don't feel the same," he said. In that moment, Maria's world collapsed like a house of cards in the midst of a storm. Why does this happen? How can a single word have the power to plunge us into an abyss of uncertainty and desolation? The answer lies in the essence of the human condition. Since time immemorial, we have sought acceptance and connection with our fellow beings. We are social beings by nature, and in past eras, acceptance by a group could mean the difference between survival and ostracism. Although we live in a modern age, this quest for approval and fear of rejection are still intrinsic parts of our existence. However, on this journey we embark together, we will discover a completely new perspective. Imagine, for a moment, living in a reality where rejection does not determine your worth, where your self-esteem is not subject to external approval. It is a vision where rejection is not seen as a curse, but as a gift. It may seem paradoxical, isn't it? But to understand this, we must first delve into the depths of the fascinating world of Stoicism and discover how this ancient philosophy can alter our relationship with rejection. In the next few minutes, we will embark on a journey through time and thought, exploring the wisdom of the Stoics and how we can apply it to our daily lives. I invite you to pay close attention, as you will discover why rejection, far from being a scourge, can become a true blessing on your path to self-discovery and growth. Join us on this journey. At this stage of our journey, we delve into the fascinating world of rejection. Who has never felt their heart racing, their gaze turned downward, and their face flushed when the expected response does not come as desired? Let us recall the story of Maria, a young woman who, on a summer afternoon, decided to open her heart and confess her feelings to Juan. However, the response she received was not what she expected. "I don't feel the same," he said. Maria's world collapsed in an instant, and she plunged into a sea of questioning. Why am I not enough? What did I do wrong? Rejection had left a deep mark on her soul. The Stoics, those wise philosophers of ancient Greek and Roman times, offer a unique perspective on this painful feeling. They asserted that people are not disturbed by events themselves, but by the opinions they hold about those events. In other words, it is not rejection that hurts, but how we interpret it and what we can do with that understanding. How can we transform the way we view rejection? This is where Stoic philosophy comes into play. Before we delve into how Stoicism can change our perception of rejection, it is essential to understand the fundamentals of this philosophy. Imagine traveling back in time to ancient Greece, a world full of heroes and philosophers. It was around 300 BC, in Athens, that Stoicism was born under the teaching of Zeno of Citium. His philosophical school was named the Painted Stoa, the place where Zeno used to deliver his teachings. Stoicism does not seek to change the external world, but rather to change how we react to that world. It invites us to accept life as it is, recognizing that many things are beyond our control, but we always have the power to control how we react to them. Within the vast universe of Stoicism, we find emblematic figures such as Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and one of the most influential thinkers in history. What does his legacy teach us? In his Meditations, Marcus Aurelius shared his most intimate thoughts on life and death, on living according to virtue and not being swayed by external circumstances. His reflections are a treasure trove of Stoic wisdom, a guide to navigating existence with equanimity and courage. One of Marcus Aurelius' famous quotes invites us to reflect deeply: if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it, and this you have the power to revoke at any moment. At this moment, this fundamental idea in Stoicism reveals that our power lies in our perception and response to events, including rejection. Another pillar of Stoicism is Seneca, advisor to Emperor Nero and a philosopher who offers us a deep understanding of human nature through his letters and essays. Seneca emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature and of accepting both adversities and joys with equanimity. His words resonate like an echo in time, reminding us that rejection, although painful at the moment, is a natural part of life. It challenges us to see it not as a failure, but as an opportunity to grow and strengthen. Seneca wrote, "Gold is tested in fire, brave men in adversity." Epictetus, another great Stoic, left us with a powerful teaching: it is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments about those events. This statement challenges the belief that rejection is inherently painful. Instead, it invites us to explore how we interpret rejection and how our beliefs influence our reaction to it. If we could see a scene from above, like spectators in a play, we would see only one person saying no to another. However, in the mind of the rejected person, that no turns into a whirlwind of thoughts and emotions. Changing our interpretation of rejection is the first step to transforming it from a frightening monster into a gentle master. How can we do that? We will explore these ideas in the following parts. Let us begin by delving deep into the concept of rejection. When rejection hits our lives, we often see it as an insurmountable obstacle, a denial of our hopes and desires. It can feel like a cold wind that penetrates to the bones, leaving us with a sense of emptiness and a wound in the heart. However, here is the key: rejection is not simply an obstacle or a verdict on our worth. From a historical perspective, rejection presents itself as a challenge, an opportunity to grow, learn, and strengthen. Imagine rejection as a blacksmith forging a sword in a blazing forge. Every time we face rejection and choose to learn from it instead of crumbling, our character becomes stronger and more resilient. One of the foundations of Stoicism is the radical acceptance of reality as it is. This implies accepting that sometimes we have no control over others' responses or decisions. By accepting this reality, we release a great emotional burden. This can be a powerful action. Instead of lamenting rejection, practice gratitude for the lessons that each rejection experience brings. See rejection as an opportunity for improvement and action. When you experience rejection, consider having an honest and constructive conversation with the person or entity that issued it. It's not about seeking validation or changing their decision, but about gaining a better understanding of their motivations and perspectives. This can provide clarity and sometimes open up new opportunities. Emotional resilience is the ability to face adversity with strength and adaptability. It can be cultivated through constant practice of what teaches us to accept what we cannot control and to change our perception of events. In this way, rejection ceases to be a heavy burden and becomes an opportunity for growth and inner strengthening. Practice emotional management techniques, such as meditation, deep breathing, and regular physical exercise, to strengthen your resilience. The stronger your emotional system, the more capable you will be of facing rejection. Sharing your rejection experiences and how you overcame them can be inspiring both for yourself and for others. Whether through writing, speaking, or social media, sharing your learnings can help consolidate your own lessons and provide support for those going through similar situations. Now that we have deeply explored Stoic philosophy and how it can help us change our perception of rejection, these are practices you can implement in your life to face rejection with strength and wisdom. Strategy 1. Reframe rejection. One of the key strategies of Stoicism is to change how you perceive rejection. Instead of seeing it as a judgment on your worth, consider it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Each no can be a step that leads to another path. Strategy 2. Stoic indifference. Engage, but do not allow your emotions to overwhelm you in the face of rejection. Learn to recognize your emotions, but do not let them dominate you. Imagine yourself as a strong tree that stands firm in the face of the emotional storm. Strategy 3. Radical acceptance. Accept that rejection is a natural part of life and that sometimes you have no control over others' decisions. By accepting this reality, you will release a great burden and will be able to face rejection with equanimity. Strategy 4. Gratitude for lessons. Practice gratitude for the lessons that rejection provides you. Instead of lamenting, be thankful for the opportunity to learn and improve. Each rejection experience can be seen as a disguised gift. Strategy 5. Constructive communication. When facing rejection, have an honest and constructive conversation with the person or entity involved. This can provide a greater understanding of their perspectives and motivations, often resulting in a more positive resolution. Strategy 6. Deep self-analysis. After a rejection episode, engage in reflective analysis not to blame yourself, but to understand your underlying emotions and beliefs. This will help you grow and adjust your perspective. Strategy 7. Positive visualization. Practice visualizing situations where you face rejection calmly and constructively. Imagine how you maintain your serenity and use the experience to grow and learn. This technique will mentally prepare you for future challenges. Strategy 8. Share your experiences. Sharing your rejection experiences and how you overcame them can be inspiring both for yourself and for others. You can offer support to those going through similar situations and consolidate your own lessons. Strategy 9. Face your fears. Gradually challenge your fears of rejection by exposing yourself to situations where you may be rejected. The more you expose yourself to these situations, the more comfortable you will become in dealing with rejection in general. These strategies will not only help you face rejection more effectively, but will also allow you to transform each rejection experience into an opportunity for growth and inner strengthening. Rejection hurts and often makes us feel vulnerable, misunderstood, and, in some cases, even question our own worth. Rejection has an extraordinary power over our emotions and perceptions. Why can a simple word have such an impact on us? The answer lies in our human nature. Since ancient times, belonging to a group and being accepted by others were essential for survival. Being rejected by the tribe could mean the difference between life and death. Although we live in a different era, rejection still challenges us and invites us to question our own judgments, strengthen our resilience, and find a deeper purpose in our lives. So, what have we learned so far? That rejection, far from being a terrifying monster, can be a gentle teacher, always willing to teach and guide you towards a stronger and wiser version of yourself. Rejection is an opportunity for growth, a lesson in the school of life. In the words of the ancient sages, it is not events that disturb us, but our opinions about them.